Hello and welcome everyone to episode 6 of my filmmaking journey, an ongoing series that follows the production of my own movie Dark Secrets. And today we're talking about maybe one of the most important things when it comes to filmmaking, which is of course casting actors. Now, uh, after we've finished writing our script and we have also improved it with all of the script writing techniques, it's finally time to think about casting, to start searching for actors and also crew members to actually make the movie. Now, how can we actually find actors? How can we actually cast them? Well, I would say there are several possibilities which I want to talk about, and I want to also discuss the advantages and disadvantages of every casting method. So let's talk about it. First of all, the most obvious answer on how you can cast actors is via online casting platforms. There are several casting platforms available. For example, here in the German-speaking area, it's the two biggest ones are probably JobWork and Stagepool. By the way, this is not an ad. I'm not partnered with them in any way. I'm just mentioning them as an example. But there are of course also many others as well. And yeah, um, you can use them for casting, and so the advantages are of course on these platforms, on the big platforms, there are thousands of actors on there, and they are basically constantly searching for new jobs. So if you put a job ad on one of these platforms, you can basically it basically will be shown to, as I said, thousands of different actors out there. So you have a high chance of actually reaching the right people. Um, However, there's also a disadvantage when it comes to these platforms because, as I've said, especially if you go to the big ones, there may be many actors on this platform, but there are also a lot of job ads. So, and here's the thing, um, most platforms often go through have a certain order of how they put up their job ads, of course. So the ones that are on top are of course the ones from the biggest movie film producers and companies, and or maybe also the ones that just pay the most. And yours is probably among the very bottom. So the disadvantage is of course because of all these many thousands and thousands of job ads on these casting platforms. There's the chance that yours just gets overlooked and just no one applies to you. So this is of course a disadvantage. Same goes, by the way, for other career platforms, hiring platforms. You can also search there for actors if you want. I mean, of course, they are a lot more basic for like every kind of job, but I'm sure you can also find actors and crew members there. But yeah, basically the same thing. There are also many job ads on these platforms, so it may be difficult to find to find the right people. Um, the next option that you have is social media casting. Social media casting is of course similar because it's also online. Um, Basically, what you can do, well, two options with social media casting. The first one, of course, would be that you just you really put up an ad on Instagram, X, wherever, um, with your job description and so on. So then the ad probably gets shown to your target audience that you set. However, of course, uh, social media ads cost something. So I probably wouldn't suggest that as your first method because, again, for everything you have to pay, your production budget will get bigger and bigger. Um, and with the when you just do a normal social media posts, with that, of course, you have the same disadvantages that you also have on casting platforms. If you don't have a big reach on social media, you may just your post may just end up lost and not be shown to your right target audience. So this is the problem with these online casting methods, which is why there's also another option of casting, which is offline casting. Now, how can you do offline casting? Well, there are also some possibilities. For example, if you live in or near a big city, I'm sure there are some filmmaking events near you. You can look that up online. For example, here in Vienna, I know that there's definitely a so-called filmmaker meeting at least once a month, and I'm sure in many other cities there are certain events as well. And these events are pretty good because you can basically go there and there are other people, and you can meet with other people from the industry, maybe also other film producers, maybe some actors are also there. So you can basically talk to a lot of them there. Maybe they can help you out, they can give you an advice, or you may even find actors that would be interested in your movie and would like to play in it. So you can basically hire them maybe right there. Or another offline casting method would be to contact acting schools. Acting schools may be in general an interesting idea for you because here's the thing. Acting students who attend these schools often search for jobs, especially during holiday season, because during holiday season, of course, most of the time they don't have a lot to do. So I'm sure they search for jobs already, and if you can offer them to actually play in a movie, I'm sure many of them would be interested in doing that because they can get something for their portfolios, and also they can get some work experience already. So yeah, so basically what you can do is you can contact these acting schools, and yeah, you can ask them if they allow you to, maybe they allow you to you know, put up a flyer on their board with your job description, with your job. You can put your job ad on their board. Yeah, and then acting students can see it, and they may apply for your movie. And same of course goes for crew members. You can contact film schools, do the same thing there. So of course this is a good option. As I said, the advantage is of course that you can absolutely it's way more personal because you can be there in person, talk to people, and get to know others from the industry, and maybe and also just introduce your project in general. However, the disadvantage of this is, of course, it takes a lot more time because, again, as I said, you have to go to meetings, talk to people, contact this person, and so on and so on. Maybe go to this acting school and that acting school. So, of course, it takes a lot more time, and I know that many of you probably just don't have this time. I certainly don't, at least not right now. So here's what I'm doing at the moment. At the moment, I'm trying to cast actors via online casting platforms. However, if that doesn't work, I'm gonna try out. My plan is to definitely try out offline casting methods as soon as I have the time to do that, which definitely will be during the summer holiday season. I know that for sure. As a tutor, as I said, I work as a tutor, and summer holiday season is most of the time a pretty quiet time where I have definitely time for that. So these are the casting methods, and that's all for me to say for today's video. If you like it, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell icon so you'll get notified as soon as new videos go up. You can also follow me on Instagram. The link for that is down in the description below. Thank you very much for watching this video till the end. I hope to see you in my next video. Until then, have a great time, and of course, keep watching movies.